Okay, it's time to talk about the most overhyped hardcore band to ever be overhyped in the land of overhyped hardcore bands, okay? We're gonna be talking about Santa Cruz's own Drain, okay? These guys come out with their little shark costume thing. They come out with their little wakeboards, and they get everybody with their little pool noodles, all right? Everybody just goes so crazy for the most overhyped band in hardcore ever. Now, I've been on record to say that this is going to be the next biggest band in hardcore ever. But I'm here to tell you, I was snorting the copium, okay? I was blinded by the light. Even though I was in the thick of a drama with the most overhyped hardcore band of all time, I couldn't even see that these guys were the most overhyped and lamest, most whack hardcore band that ever existed, okay? So they're out here in Santa Cruz, California, okay? And they're just gonna be doing this like thrashy hardcore thing. Nuh-uh, not on my watch. I'm here to tell you that this is no good, this is bad, and I'm gonna outline all the things in the drama that I didn't say before. I didn't revel in my victory when it all went down, okay? Because some serious stuff happened that I was just trying to play it off cool. You know what I mean? I was just like, nah, no big deal. Drain this, drain that. But yeah, over a year ago, I got into a big old beefy beef drama on the internet with the guys from Drain, the most overhyped hardcore band ever to exist. Hey, how's it going? I'm the silver-tongued Sigma male, Dan Frampton. I am the internet's favorite gatekeeper, and I'm here to gatekeep hardcore the way God intended. We're gonna be talking about Drain. Do they pack the house? Yeah, you're goddamn right they do. Do the kids go crazy for Drain? Yeah, goddamn right they do. But they do not have a permanent bass player, and that's all because of this guy, alright? The things that went down between me and Drain ended up with their bass player having to be snipped from the lineup, and to this day, they still don't have a permanent bass player. And I wish that they would just get on that already. Just let it go and hire a new bass player. So, for the uninitiated, let's go through this a little bit, okay? I used to make these mosh pit commentary videos where I would give everybody cute little nicknames, and I would call the action as if it was like a WWE event or whatever. The bass player or guitar player, depending on whatever band he's supposed to be in. In this instance, he was the guitar player in Tsunami and the bass player in the most overhyped hardcore band of all time, Drain. This guy's name is Mike Dirt, okay? And apparently, he is like a West Coast OG legend, okay? People love themselves some Mike Dirt. Not Mike Dirnt, okay? Not Mike Dirnt. Not to be confused with the Green Day guy. This is Mike Dirt, okay? And he's out there in my comment section saying every time I do one of my Pit Pros videos featuring one of his bands, he's embarrassed. You know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa. That's crazy, because at the time, I had less than 1,000 subscribers. These videos were getting maybe 50, 60 views. I was celebrating my favorite bands in the way that I knew how, through some jokes and memes online. You know what I mean? And he had to come out here and say that he was embarrassed every time I featured one of his bands, all right? So I was like, you know, that's not very cool, Mike Dirt. So of course, when a member of a band said something on one of my videos, I'm gonna mention that, right? And that got all the way back to the other members in the most overhyped hardcore band to ever exist, Drain, all right? And when they saw Mike's behavior on the old internet, they were like, yo, Mike, that's a pretty bad look, dude. He's just a fan, you know what I mean? So in one instance, the most overhyped hardcore band in the world, you know what I mean? They were able to like see my side of the story because I'm not even painting half the picture right now. Mike Dirt, like I said, he is an OG legend over there in Santa Cruz in like the West Coast, California hardcore scene, right? And he has a lot of friends. And all those friends kept calling my Instagram. I didn't even know you could call Instagram. But these idiots would call my Instagram at 3 a.m. and I'm not having it, all right? So all of this stuff is starting to pile up. These guys are like doing a harassment campaign on a guy who's making videos with maybe 50 views, okay? And these guys are really sending serious big boy threats at me, you know what I mean? And I'm just like some skinny, nerdy guy in Canada making a few laughs, trying to introduce these bands to just people on the internet, you know? But nah, for some reason, it was making them mad. I wasn't criticizing them. I wasn't calling them the most overhyped hardcore band in the history of hardcore. No, I was saying that they were great. I was explaining how much I loved them, all right? And to them, that was enough to harass me, to send me death threats, to call my phone at 3 in the morning, you know what I mean? To jump into my comment section. It was crazy all over these little Pit Pro commentary videos, okay? So all of this got together, and then the lead singer, all right, Sammy Chiamantara, or whatever his dumbass name is. I shouldn't blame him for having a long name. I just can't say it. So sorry for being disrespectful there for a second, but I'm about to get very, very disrespectful on purpose. You know what I mean? Because this Sammy guy, he started calling me. He started sending me these big ass messages trying to be like, let's try to talk this out in private. I was like, what are you talking about, dog? I am just like a little boy over here making these little videos that nobody is watching. Why are you guys sending me these block messages, all right? It was insane. And then apparently, because of all this going online, they had a couple people mention to them at a show that they were playing that this was going on, and Sammy was having none of it, and he wanted to snuff it all out. He was like, no, we can't be bringing internet drama into the scene. We gotta snuff that out, all right? So he tried to get me on the horn with all this like cool guy, cool bro stuff, being like, yeah dog, yeah, that's totally chill, like that was like totally funny what you were doing, like, bro, yeah, let's call. Let's have a chat. Like, nah, dog, I don't think that's gonna happen. So I kept like putting him off, leaving him on red, and he was just like, all right. So eventually he just sent me this big, long ass message. And I'm like, all right, true. That's great. Maybe when you guys come through Toronto, we can hang out. And he mentioned that Mike Dirt and his behavior was no good, and he wouldn't be welcome in the band anymore. It wasn't really made like this huge big deal. It wasn't like, Dan, thanks to you, we got rid of that toxic guy. You know what I mean? But that's kind of how it seemed. And since all of this was a narrative online, to my audience, I owed them at least a little bit of an explanation. So I just mentioned, if you notice that Mike Dirt isn't with the band anymore, that might have potentially had something to do with all of this drama. You know what I mean? I didn't directly say anything, but until now, and now I'm saying it was directly because of this crazy internet drama that he got cut from this band. And then from there, their band got signed to Epitaph and got even more overhyped. And I'm kind of like feeling good about that in a way, because Mike Dirt was being like a super bully to me. Everybody in his little crew was being like a super bully to me. You know what I mean? It doesn't make them look like a big tough guy doing what they were doing. It's very, very sad stuff, all right? And the optics on that were atrocious. So of course you want to cut those optics out of your band if you can. But it's been a year and a half and they still haven't gotten a bass player, and that is pathetic. You can get a bass player. You know, it's not just like bass players that are that toxic. It's Mike Dirt and his dumbass brain and his dumbass neckbeard and his big ass belly, all right? That is the guy that you needed to cut out. That was the cancer. He should be cut out of the entire scene, all right? Who's having Mike Dirt around anymore? You know what I mean? This guy is useless. This guy is the most overhyped musician in all of music ever. Mike Dirt, get out of here. And now that I'm opening up wounds and holding these grudges out in public, creating and curating the most beautiful list of enemies the internet has ever seen, and I am going to put Mike Dirt and Drain on there because they can't be one entry anymore because he's not in Drain anymore. Idiot. Okay, before you start bullying me in the comments and going and DMing me on Instagram and stuff, just ask yourself, do you have a private profile? Are you hiding behind stuff? You know what I mean? Are you being a pussy? And if the answer to any of that is yes, just shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? I'm the one out here with my real name, my real face, saying my real opinions and doing my real jokes. That is the behavior of the silver-tongued Sigma male, all right? The internet's most favorite gatekeeper. I'm out of here. Have the worst day ever, idiots.